Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the game Venture Angels, which I played recently at 4 players. This is a blind bidding game where you play over 3 rounds, and each round you're hoping to win some of these projects, these futuristic projects. Let's see if I can zoom in and see a few of them here. We have things like brain transplant, artificial consciousness, and alien contact. You're trying to bid on these cards, these tiles. I think they're cards, tiles, to win them. And you're doing that using bidding chips in your player color, which have different amounts. They're scaled. I think there are 2 3s. There's a 4, maybe a couple 2s and a 1, and a blank and a no bid. And this game does some really interesting things, in my opinion, with a blind bidding system, which I think in general encourages table talk, but you could play without any table talk at all. One of the things it does is that you, with these projects, there are numbers on them, and a project needs that much money to fund, to exist. And so if this project right here needs we'll call it dollars, probably $8 million to fund, then the sum of all the tokens bid on that project need to add up to at least 8, or it just fizzles out and no one gets it at all. There's no winner to that auction. In addition to that, the project that has the highest bid doesn't happen either. It's overfunded, and so it doesn't happen either. And so there's this really interesting push and pull as you are trying to decide which tokens to bid on which projects, especially given that you don't have full information about what other players have placed there. So you're trying to make sure the project funds, but that it isn't the most funded project of all. The other element of this that makes it really interesting is that the game adds more open information the longer you play over the 3 rounds. In the first round, there's no open information at all. But in the second round, some of these tokens are going to be placed face up. And the third round, even more of them are going to be played face up. This actually gives a slight advantage to players going last and players who are in last place compared to the first player, because the first player will need to reveal a little bit more, or the first place player needs to reveal a little bit more open information than the other players. I thought it was a really neat blind bid system. I really like this idea that a project needs to fund, but it can't be overfunded or too much overfunded. And I had a great time playing my first game of Venture Angels at 4 players. If you can think of another auction game that has this type of mechanism where this idea of funding, but not being too expensive, let me know about that in the comments below. Thanks.